Wow, that's good. So it's not scary to talk on here for everyone who was watching. That was good. And so sometimes people can be a bit worried about speaking to somebody who they've never met before on a computer, and it sometimes seems a bit weird, but it's once you get speaking and you have a conversation, it's fine. It's just like meeting a normal person. So it's all good. That was good. Thank you for doing that and joining me on here. It's nice to have a conversation with somebody I can see. It's good. Okay, so now I'm going to, sorry, it's a bit wonky because I'm using, this is going to sound strange, I'm using a cardboard unicorn as my phone stand at the moment. In fact, I'm going to show you. If I can show you. Hold on. Can you see? This is a cardboard unicorn, and that is what I made with my daughter the other weekend, but it holds my phone in place very well. We spent a lot of time on a Sunday making a unicorn out of cardboard boxes and pink tape, and now it's my phone stand. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. So we're going to just finish these interview questions now, because there are still some to get through. This is a very detailed lesson. And so we got as far as, I think we finished with, if money was no object, what would you like to do? That was the last question yesterday. And one that I missed, that I realised I'd missed, was a question about, oh, yes, it is good. It works. It stops the phone sliding over. So one of the questions I forgot to mention yesterday was about working in an international company. So obviously, if you're coming to England to work somewhere different, they might ask you how you might feel about working in another country or with different cultures. So that's something to be ready for. So obviously, no racist comments. You know, that you're tolerant or open-minded about working with people from different backgrounds and different cultures. If that's, again, working for an English company, you could say that you've had English lessons and you've been practicing and learning your language, especially vocabulary related to the job, and that you've found out about different cultures and traditions so that you're not going to offend anybody or upset anybody. I mean, not just for in England, for any country you would work in, obviously, or even if you're working in Russia, but you're working with people from different countries who are involved in the business. It's good to understand what their culture is and how to speak to them and how to, just get along with them on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, it's good to show, if they ask that question, just to show that you are aware that different cultures do things differently, and that if you have worked with another company or if you're going to, that you would learn about these things, and you'd be open-minded and willing to learn about the other country, another language, and different ideas, different traditions, etc. Okay, so this question now is never going to be easy to answer. Have you ever been fired? So I'm not sure if you know what we mean by to be fired or to be sacked. So no one wants to answer this question, do they? But you might have to. So be ready. Have you ever been fired? We also say sometimes people say sacked, which means have you lost your job? Have they said we don't want you anymore? So this isn't being made redundant. This is when the company don't want you anymore. Okay, so if the answer is yes, even if the answer is yes and you think that you were fired and it was unfair and your last boss was horrible and, you know, the whole company was rubbish, blah, 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 blah. Don't say that, okay? Don't be negative. Try and make it brief, so short, to the point, because you can't lie about it. Because if it was your last job and they want to offer you the job, they're going to look for a reference. So if you lie about it, they're going to find out, and then they're not going to give you a job anyway. So try not to be angry about it or negative. Stay calm and keep it short and to the point. You can just give them the facts, but tell the truth. Okay, so if it was something that was maybe your fault, something you did wrong, you can say that maybe you did something wrong, but you have now learnt your lesson. You know, you understand what you did wrong, and you have, you know, you're working on it. You're going to correct it. You're going to make it better. So not that I don't think it was my fault and they're all horrible. So if it was something that maybe you needed to work on, you can say that, but just keep it short and to the point and honest. Okay. You can also use things like, so maybe the company were restructuring their the whole company, so maybe they didn't really have a place for you anymore, so maybe they wanted you to do a job that didn't really suit you, and it didn't work for your strengths, so you weren't particularly good at that role. Maybe the job you were good at, but now they changed the company around, and the new job they gave you didn't really suit you, so you weren't doing it as well as you had been doing your previous role, and maybe that's why they fired you. So yeah, there are different ways to look at it, but just try not to be negative, because nobody wants to employ somebody who is angry about everything and negative about people that they work with or have worked for. Okay, so there's an example. I'm just going to give you an example that's here of how you could say this. So if you had been fired because of your performance, you could say, after some changes in my previous company, it became clear that the management had new expectations from my role, which were not exactly my strengths. So basically what I said, they changed your job and you weren't as good at that job as your previous one. So eventually they brought a new person who had more experience in whatever it was, sales, marketing, finance. I learnt from this experience that my talent is, whatever your talent is, which is similar to a position you are hiring for. I would be happy to explain my expertise in this if you would like. Okay, so you're just saying that, yeah, so you got sacked because you weren't doing your job very well, but that was because they'd changed your job role and it wasn't the same job that you had originally had. So maybe you weren't as good at that job as the first one, but you are very good at the job that they are looking to hire for. Okay? So there are ways to do this. Okay. Another question that can be tricky is about a gap in your employment. So if you haven't worked for a significant amount of time. So most people want to see that you have worked regularly throughout your life and you haven't got, massive areas, unless there's a very good reason for it. So there could be the fact, people do take what we call a sabbatical. Oh, it's because I've spelled it. Which is like a break. Usually, it can be, some people might take a month, some people might take a year, depending on how lucky they are. Okay, so it's a break from work, basically, a long break from work. And people sometimes take it to go travelling, or whatever. I don't know, whatever they fancy, I suppose. Oh, cute. So sabbatical is a long break from work, which is a good thing. But, I suppose So sometimes if you take a sabbatical, you usually can. This usually means you can keep your job, and you might get, if you're lucky, you might get full or part salary, depending on your job and depending how flexible your boss is and how much they want to keep you. Okay, so if you're very good at your job, you might get paid for a month or two to have a long break. I don't know. It works differently for different companies. But so you could have a sabbatical, but also they want to see maybe you've done something productive with your time that you haven't been working. So maybe you've been doing volunteer work, or you've been retraining for a different job. You've, I don't know, maybe you're on maternity or paternity leave. Anything like that. But they don't want to just hear that you've been lying around doing nothing and watching daytime TV for a year. That's not what they want to hear. Okay, so something that you've been doing, something reasonably productive in your time. The other thing you can be is that you could say is that you've been selective about your work, so that you didn't want to just take any job because you want the job that's right for you, because you want this to be a long-term job, you want it to be a career. So it's a case that you don't just want to take any old position, and you hadn't found the right job, so you just kept looking. And you can say that now you are really keen to take this job and you're eager to work now and to perform well for this company because you think it's a job that you will really love. So there again, don't just say, well, I couldn't find a job and I couldn't be bothered, so I didn't work for a year. Think of the things that you have done in that year. So or 6 months, or however long it is, if you've done a course in something, maybe you've done a few courses to try and get some new skills or improve the skills you have. Or maybe you went abroad and travelled, or you went and volunteered somewhere. Anything that you can put on your CV that shows that you've been proactive. You haven't just done nothing for a long time. Okay. Another one. Salary negotiation. Something that is not easy, but is probably necessary. So, what is your expected salary? Okay. So you could answer this in a different way, saying, well, I'm sure your company is very fair and that we can come to an agreement on this. So, you're not saying that you're just going to accept whatever they offer, but you're not saying that's not enough, I want more. You just say, I'm certain that your company offers a fair and reasonable salary, and we can come to an agreement on this. Or before we start discussing my salary, may I ask you a number of questions about this job and responsibilities. So before you talk about money, you find out exactly what they expect you to do. So, exactly how many hours they're expecting you to work and what they expect you to do within those hours. And how much responsibility they are going to propose you have before you start talking about money. Okay, so the other thing is that you might be prepared to take less money if you really want the job, if it's like your dream job, and you think, oh, okay, maybe I'll take less money because I really want to work for this company. You could say, I'm very interested in developing my career in whatever, and working for a place like would be ideal. Even if you have more experienced candidates for this position, I would be interested in considering any junior position you may have. So this is saying, okay, you just really want to work for this company and you really want to do this kind of work. And so even if they're not going to offer you that job, maybe they'll offer you a lower paid job, so then you can work your way up. if you don't have enough experience or you don't know how to answer, you can always say, I have not done it yet, but should be in this situation, then I would be able to do this, okay? In my previous job, I did not know how to run workshops, but within 4 months I completed a course and prepared 3 big workshops for my company. When you hire me, you can expect the same of my attitude and a quick result. So if you haven't done something before, you haven't done the job before, there's like one part of the job that you don't know, don't lie and say, yeah, I know how to do that, it's not a problem. You know, just say, okay, I don't know how to do this part, so maybe I will learn how to do it. And maybe you'll accept a little less money because you want the job and you want to learn how to do it and you want to work for this company. So, but you show willing that you're going to learn and you're going to try to do that, okay, and show that you've done it before if you have. So, you know, no one knows everything when they start a job. So, but just show that you're willing to take on the training or put in the extra time and the extra work to learn how to do the job really well. And then when you get there, they can pay you more. Okay. Okay. And then we've got some. Oh, okay. So also, if you're talking about why you left your last job or why you want to leave your job, so sometimes you're looking for a job but you're still in the job that you're doing, so you have a job but you're looking for another job. So again, don't be negative about the company in this situation. Don't say, oh, I hate my job, I'm so bored of it, I just want to go somewhere else. No, because that sounds really negative and they don't want that. So maybe you've worked for this company for a long time and you feel that you have, you know, oh, hiya. You feel like you've reached your limit with this company and now you want to have a new challenge and you want to improve and get better doing something else. So you could say something like, I had a great experience at whatever the company, and after working there for however many years, I have learned a lot about the business, but as much as I enjoyed being there, it is time for me to move on to a more progressive company with more opportunities and challenges. So you're not being negative about the job you have, you're just saying, you've worked there, it's been great, but now you need another challenge and you want to move on. So when we say to move on, it's like to go and do something new. Okay, so again, so all the time thinking, don't be negative, be positive. Even if you're in a really bad situation in your current job or your last job was terrible, don't say that. Try and sound positive about everything. Okay, and then another question they may ask is, give me, I've never been able to answer this question. Not very well. Give me 5 adjectives to describe yourself. Right. So, try not just to say, oh, I'm amazing, okay? Well, you could, but, you know, they don't want, again, like I think I said at the beginning, they don't want a show-off or a big head. They don't want just you saying, well, I'm just the best, I'm fabulous, just employ me. You know, they want you to be honest and realistic. So you can say things like, I'm reliable, I'm conscientious, I'm a team player, I'm very optimistic, you know, even though we want someone pessimistic on their team. I'm very flexible, I'm hardworking, I'm punctual, okay? Punctual is very good for employment. No one wants somebody who's going to be late all the time. So, you know, it could be anything like that. So you can say optimistic or a positive outlook. Hardworking. A team player. reliable. What else did I say? Can't remember now. Can't remember what else I said. Reliable and flexible. Determined. Good one. Thank you. Thank you. And when they say flexible, not that you can do the splits. Can I? Ah, creative. Yeah. Creative's a good one. Yeah. Yes, you are. Yeah. Yeah, creative is a good one. So anything like that, which is just, you know, without you just saying, oh, just hire me because I'm amazing. But you're just showing things that they want, you know, that they're kind of can be quite general as well. Okay. And the other question, why do you want this job? Not just because you're offering me lots of money, or because I want lots of holidays, or that sort of thing. You want the job because you're passionate about what you do and what the company do. So you're welcome. Yeah, so you're passionate about this type of work, and you love this company. You're really interested in what they do, and you want a new challenge. You want to be better at your job. Not so things that you shouldn't say. For example, I want to learn English for free, if that's one of the offers, or I want the free gym membership, or I want the free car, or I think it'll look good on my CV. Okay, so don't say things like that. Not what they can do for you, it's what you can do for them. Okay, so you're always trying to tell them why you're going to be good for their company, not just the fact that you want to take everything they're offering and get as much as possible. Oh, sorry, my phone's gone funny. Okay, so be honest about what you're doing. Try not to show off, but be positive about and sell yourself without without being too much. And and just try and show that you can think for yourself, and you can work, you know, you can get on with the job, and that you're willing to learn and you're willing to improve. And even if you don't know everything about the job, that you want to learn, and you want to find out about the job, and you want to learn how to do it as well as you possibly can. Okay, so no one's expecting you to be perfect, but they just want you to see that you want to learn how to do it. Okay, and again, you know, if you do come to England and have a job interview, just get all those questions, all the ones that I've said that you can prepare before, just practice them. Bore your friends and family by telling them again and again, or if no one will listen to you anymore, then record it and practice, so that you get the answers ready. So the ones like, where do you see yourself in 5 years, you can have that one ready. The things you have achieved, you can have that written out ready. Describing yourself, all those ones you can have already planned, because they will work for whatever job you go for. Oh, strengths and weaknesses. They always ask that question. So you can have those ready, and you can, if they ask you, you've got them in your head, and you've got those phrases and the vocabulary ready to go. Okay? And then you can be relaxed and be yourself and stay calm. Dear me, it's very difficult, isn't it? Okay, so does anyone have any questions? Anything else they would like to know about working in England, or the weather, or an English word, or anything else you would like to know? Is anyone doing anything? It's Saturday night, and it's late in Russia, and you're having an English lesson. I'm not going out for Saturday night. I'm staying at home, I think. Well, I am, because I'm here now and I'm not going out now. It's very cold. Last night, after this, I went for a run, and it was freezing and my hands were so cold, my little finger froze. Nearly. Well, not completely, but it was really cold. So I'm not doing that tonight. It was a good idea at the time, but I'm not doing it tonight. I'm going to go and have a glass of wine instead. Okay, so if nobody has any questions, I'm going to go and let you enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. And thank you for joining me on the live chat. That was good. And if you think of a... yeah, thank you. It was really good, really good. And if anyone thinks of a question that they have, want to know about any of this, just message on Instagram or ask me next week. Okay? All right. Have a lovely Saturday evening and a good Sunday. See you later. Bye-bye.